For many, Ireland remains a land of adventure, intrigue, and unparalleled beauty. All of these are true for natives, returning family members, and friendly tourists alike. However, should you visit the Emerald Isle with malice or ill intent in your heart, you might just find something far less welcoming waiting for you during your stay. The following is a cautionary tale passed down from fathers to sons in our family. I would like to share this tale with you so that should you ever visit this storied and fantastical land, you too will find good health, find company, and return home safe to your loved ones. The Banshee of Gougane Barra Forest. Far beyond the bustling villages in the southern county of Cork, there resides a quiet, unassuming forest nestled within the Shea Mountains. Due to its seclusion, this particular forest became a safe haven to practice Roman Catholic Mass during the times of the penal laws in the 18th century. Because of this, the area is regarded as sacred and is located at the very end of one of the 5 pilgrim paths of Ireland. Today, the only remaining structures within the forest are the famous Gougane Barra Hotel, the ruins of the original pilgrimage site, and a curious white chapel directly across a long, sprawling lake. On an unusually clear summer's day, the hotel received an obnoxious newlywed couple. The man was loud, opinionated, and boorish, with a prominent gold tooth in place of one of his incisors. The woman was entitled, conceited, and disrespectful of local customs. On the way into the hotel, the only brief reprieve for the couple's foul mood was the sight of this charming chapel. "Surely such a peculiar building must be accompanied by a story," the man said to a kindly hotel employee. "Enlighten us." Sheepishly, the employee shook his head and lowered his gaze. "It used to be a popular venue for weddings, but we had to board it up because travelers kept nicking the trinkets inside as souvenirs. Now we only open it for special occasions." "Is a honeymoon not a special occasion?" barked back the boorish man. "I'm afraid my hands are tied, sir," retorted the employee. "Please do enjoy your stay." Undeterred by the apathetic response from their bellboy, the couple resolve a simple plan of action: wait for the cover of night, then sneak into the chapel. As dusk settled in and the sun's last kiss of light left the forest, the two made their way out of their room's window onto the ground below. Quickly and quietly, the couple walked the quarter-mile from the hotel to the abandoned oratory, passing trees contorted into malevolent shapes. As they approached the small brick building, they heard a loud, agonizing cry off in the distance. The woman brushed it off as nothing more than some bird of prey, but the man couldn't help but think that the cry sounded almost human in nature. Rattled by this sudden break in the eerie stillness of night, the two hurried to the chapel doors, one of which is ominously left ajar. The couple hesitate for a moment and share a quick glance before the cry is heard again. Only this time, it's closer. Panicked, the man pushes his wife into the church before throwing himself inside and shutting the large wooden doors behind him. With his full weight against the door, the man takes several deep breaths before his gaze shifts to just above the door, where a small silver crucifix hangs illuminated by candlelight. "Honey," the wife whispers, "look here." The woman timidly motions to the altar, where a single portrait of an ancient man sits upon a pedestal. "Saint Finbar? I suppose he must have built this place." The man slyly takes the crucifix off the wall and pockets it while his wife is enraptured by the now long-dead saint. Just as the holy item hits the bottom of the man's pocket, a terrible, deafening screech erupts throughout the tiny chapel. The pair fall to their knees, grasping at their ears to ease the pain of this otherworldly wail. Suddenly, a powerful banging began hammering away at the door. Desperate, the two throw their bodies against it, forming a makeshift human barricade. The woman cries for help, and the man shrilly curses whatever man or beast is causing the commotion. Then, just as suddenly as the screeching and banging began, it ended. In its place, there was now only silence. Silence and a cold, creeping chill. The couple turned from their barricaded position and slumped to the floor, exhausted. The two share a sigh of relief when their gaze is met by another. There, directly across the chapel where the portrait once sat on the altar, stood a sickly-looking old woman. Her hair matted, clothes tattered, and teeth rotten, she slowly extends her brittle hand and says, "Return what thou hast stolen." The wife insists they haven't stolen anything, but the man quickly stands and tosses the silver crucifix at the old woman's feet. "Here, you hag, keep your trinket. I've silver enough already." The old woman's lips curve into an insidious smile as she begins to laugh. Perhaps it's time I added to my collection. Yes, you'll make a fine addition indeed. Within an instant, the woman has floated off the altar and grabbed the man by his throat. He tries to cry for help, but just as he does, the hag's eyes go milky like a corpse, and her jaw unhinges to reveal the most horrific, blood-curdling scream imaginable. The wife shuts her eyes and again covers her ears. She can feel the warm sensation of blood leaking from one of her ruptured eardrums. Just as she feels that she can take it no longer, the screaming stops. She keeps her eyes shut for a few moments more before cautiously opening them. The old woman, the crucifix, and her husband were gone. All that was left in their place was the man's single gold tooth beside the portrait of Saint Finbar. The couple had come face to face with an old Irish legend, a Banshee. And somehow, one of them lived to tell her tale.